Hello Internet, Colorful Arty's back again to bring you another episode of Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons Cursed. In the last episode we made it to the second dungeon, Snake's Remains, and in this episode we're going to beat it. And I can't freaking wait to beat this dungeon. This is my 6th attempt at recording it. No joke. A series of ridiculously improbable circumstances have come about that has required me to not just replay the dungeon, but it's also required me to replay the first dungeon of the game in order to reach the second dungeon and then try to record it, and it always has ended in failure. I just really hope that this time it will actually record properly and I'll be able to upload it, because I've already created a few more videos. I think I'm up to video 8 now, and I can't upload them until this one is done. It's ridiculous. But, hey, I'm very good at the dungeon now, so let's hope that this one actually works. So these are snake enemies. I think are officially called ropes, but I'm calling them snakes. Basically, if they catch you in their sights, they'll run at you really fast. So they're pretty easy to kill. They take only 2 hits with the curse ring on, and they have very predictable AI patterns. And these candles are annoying because they spit fireballs at you, as well as there are enemies on screen. They are much more problematic in Zelda 1, but they're still pretty annoying in this. So this room actually has a secret room connecting it. You see these blocks arranged in an arrow pointing right at the wall? Alright, so listen to the sound of a normal wall. That's what a normal wall sounds like. Now listen to this. Sounds different, doesn't it? If it makes that sound, it means that you can bomb it and it will blow up. And Rupee Room! Rupee Rupee Room! You get 100 rupees in this room, I think. Some of them are worth more than others. And there actually is another secret rupee room in dungeon number 6, but it's much harder to find. Also, the rupee rooms are interesting in that they do not appear on the map. Even if you enter the room and even if you get the dungeon map, they never appear. They will always be represented by a black room. And these enemies are really annoying. These are beetles. They don't take damage from your sword. The only way to kill them right now is to knock them in a pit. Later on, we'll get 2 weapons that we can use to kill them without needing to knock them into a pit, but right now they're annoying. And they deal quite a bit of damage, and they knock you around a lot. Alright, now for these guys, we're gonna have to kill them with bombs, and we're gonna use the boomerang to make sure they don't move out of the way. Ouch! Well, that was lucky! And here we get the power bracelet. We can use that to move heavy objects or pick up heavy objects. We'll be using that quite a bit in this dungeon. Actually, just using that quite a bit in the game, because that's the only way we can actually move pots right now. Although one nice touch of this power bracelet is that once you get it, you can actually push pots around even if it's not equipped. As long as it's in your inventory, you can push around pots. However, you do need it equipped in order to actually pick up the pots. And come on, I need a heart. I guess bombs are nice too. I'd say this dungeon has some of the most dreary music out of the dungeons in Oracle of Seasons. Dungeon 7 is slightly drearier, but this is just, very sad. So this block is kind of off-center. If we push it to the right, we can open the door. And watch out for the giant spikes in this room. They deal a lot of damage. Fortunately, they move in set patterns, so no harm done. I'm gonna wait for that one to go by. And also, we're going to take a small detour downwards. Snake's Remains is the only dungeon in Oracle of Seasons that has more than one entrance. In fact, it has 3 entrances. So that's one of them. Also, with the power bracelet, we can pick up rocks. And also, hitting enemies with objects you throw at them is pretty much an instant KO, so that's pretty cool. And this is the 3rd entrance. So that Deku Scrub will sell you bombs. We need bombs in the next room. Fair warning about the next room. There's a chest in the middle of it that you have to bomb your way to. That chest is actually on a timer, and if you spend too much time in this room, it actually will disappear, and you'll have to leave the room and come back in order to get a second attempt at it. It doesn't disappear for a while, though, but if you don't know what you're doing, it can be risky. No, I meant to drop that. I'm still safe, though. You can afford to screw up a bit. Ow. and we get the small key. And that's actually the last small key in the dungeon. Basically, we're gonna go back, cut back to the second entrance of the dungeon, and then we're basically on the mini-boss, and then it's a small detour to the boss key, and then we can fight the boss. Nice thing about this dungeon, both the boss and the mini-boss are really easy. Like, they're the only bosses slash mini-bosses that are actually just as easy in a cursed playthrough as they are in a regular playthrough. Mainly because it's very hard for them to hit you, and you don't use your sword against either of them. Ow. I don't know why the snakes are giving me such a hard time. Like, they're some of the easiest enemies in the game. I could use some more bombs. You need bombs for both the mini-boss and the boss, so make sure you've got quite a few. And Thwomps from Mario are in a Zelda game. Link's Awakening had piranha plants and Goombas. Oh, you jerk! I hate bats so much. I am not saving. There is no way I am saving at any point in this dungeon. I hate keys so much. They literally just exist to annoy you. Because, like, they rarely drop anything. They move unpredictably, and they push you into stuff, like Thwomps. Like, yeah, it's so annoying. And as of right now, I don't have any long-range weapons, except, I guess, bombs that can even kill them. Even then, bombs are very bad at it. What the heck is up with these snakes? They are way smarter than they normally are. They're also much harder to hit than I remember. Like, their hitbox is bigger than you, like, their, like, hurt hitbox. Also, it doesn't help that this dungeon is not dropping hearts for me. Alright, little snaky. Alright. I see you down there. Also, in dark passages like this, the only way to tell if there's a keys there is by their eyes. Come to me, I'm gonna kill you. Ooh, heart, hooray. So that's what's supposed to happen, but that bat felt like being a jerk and pushed me into the Thwomps multiple times. And because I was low on HP anyways, get back. So interesting bit of, trivia there. I did not know that could happen until one of my playthroughs for this dungeon. Like, I always kind of wondered what would happen, but I never had the guts to actually do it. I was afraid it would instantly KO you. Nope. It actually deals with... Don't question that sound effect I just made. I can't explain it. Wow. The bat dropped a heart. That's a rare occurrence. Okay, that's just insulting. Alright, if you've played Link's Awakening, the mini-boss will give you deja vu. Whoops. Need bombs. Why is he not appearing? There we go, it's Facade. He's the boss of the 6th dungeon from Link's Awakening. And I just want to reiterate that. The boss of the 6th dungeon of Link's Awakening has now been demoted to mini-boss of the 2nd dungeon in Oracle of Seasons. And I think he's tougher in Oracle of Seasons than he is in Link's Awakening. And also, this guy looks like Face from Nick Jr. Yeah, well, that's actually not the last time we'll see Facade. He appears again in the final dungeon. These are anti-fairies. They're called that because if you hit them with your boomerang, they turn into fairies. Don't question it, that's just the way it is. This is a turntable. You'll notice the arrows are spinning in a counterclockwise direction. If we step on it, we move counterclockwise, and now the arrows reverse direction. Now they're moving in a clockwise direction. We land on it now. Boom, boom. This basically just exists to force you to take convoluted paths through the dungeon. These are Pole's voices. Right now, the only way to kill them is by hitting them with a bomb, and that should have killed both of them. You'll notice my sword has no effect on them. Right after this dungeon, we're actually going to get an item that lets us kill them instantly, without having to aim. But thankfully they're in a cage and there are plenty of bomb drops around. Those bushes drop bombs. And let's destroy that cracked wall and go up. So our plan is to go back to the room with the turntable from the north, and this time when we ride it, it will take us clockwise, which will bring us to a new room. Like so. That's how you get past turntables, just find ways into the same room over and over again without taking the turntable each time. And these platforms are slightly irritating because of the keys at the very end. Yeah. The sad thing is, keys are not the most annoying enemy in the game, not by a long shot. Actually, they might be the most annoying, they're not the most difficult though. Most difficult comes around in the 5th dungeon. Ugh. Not looking forward to that. And I gotta be careful because 2 more drops or 1 more hit and I am dead. Oh no, it's this room. Alright, so that snake's gonna be a jerk and hang around there, so we're gonna bomb him. Otherwise, you're guaranteed to take a hit from him when you jump down. I didn't see you there. And we desperately need hearts. Please give me hearts, please give me hearts, please give me hearts, please give me hearts. Ooh! That's even better. Thank you very much. Ow. So now we're gonna cut back through the Pole's Voice room, get to the turntable, which will take us to the boss room. And thankfully the Pole's Voices are still dead. Alright, that owl basically tells you how to beat the boss. We already know how to beat the boss, so not a problem. If you played Ocarina of Time or Zelda 1, this boss is going to be familiar to you. Bombs and a power bracelet. Gee, I wonder who it is. It's Dodongo! He's very simple. When he opens his mouth, throw a bomb in his mouth, then throw him on the spike for the middle. Cursed Ring doesn't matter because all of his attacks are very easy to dodge, and you don't use your sword against him. Although I swear on my very first playthrough of this game, I remember after you throw him on the spikes, I remember him like jumping around the room and you'd have to hit him with your sword. I guess I just made Dodongo out to be much harder than he actually was. Because let's be honest, what little kid has ever not had problems with Dodongo just because they didn't know how to throw bombs? Kids, to throw bombs, simply press the A button while moving with a bomb in your hands. It's that easy. Unfortunately, he's the last super easy boss in the game, and we get the Gift of Time, an essence of nature. Seed sprouts as seasons change with the Gift of Time. I really hope this recorded properly. I'm not saving, that's for sure. I am not saving until I know for a fact that it recorded properly. Thank you, Arty. I too received part of the Gift of Time. I just dreamt of Spruce Swamp out west. Something is afoot there, but I can see no more. Alright. Well, on that note, I am ending the video off here, and I really hope it recorded right. So I'm Colorful Arty, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day, and God bless.